Welcome back once again. As I promised, I will be discussing solving quadratic equations by the quadratic formula, and the first part of that is to derive the quadratic formula first. Deriving the quadratic formula is the same as completing the squares. Okay, so I will do the completing the squares. So if I subtract both sides of the equation by c, then we have ax squared plus bx is equal to negative c. And if divide all the terms by a, that is we used to do by completing the squares, so that we have this form, x squared plus b divided by ax is equal to negative, I will make room for negative c divided by a. And then the next thing that we're supposed to do is we take the half of the second term, half of that squared, and then if we did it right, then this is already a perfect square, so we have x plus b divided by 2a in parentheses square is equal to negative c divided by a plus b squared divided by 4a. So b times 1 is b, the square of that is b squared, and then we have 2a square of that is 4a squared. So if we expand a by 4a, because our least common denominator is 4a squared, so by 4a, then we have negative 4ac added by b squared divided by 4a squared. If we arrange that, it will look like this: b squared minus 4ac divided by 4a squared. We have x plus b divided by 2a squared. If we take the square root of both sides now, then we have x plus b divided by 2a is equal to positive negative square root of b squared minus, I will write it better. It's alright like that. 4ac divided by 2a. As you can see here, the square root of 4a squared is 2a. If we subtract both sides of the equation by b divided by 2a, this is 0 now, and then we have our equation. We have negative b divided by 2a plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Simplify further, minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Here is your quadratic equation. Okay, let's see if we can find some example. We will start with an easy one. We have x squared plus 6x plus 2 is equal to 0. Then we have a is equal to 1 here, b is equal to 6, then c is equal to 2. And the formula says we have negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. We will do that. We have negative 6 plus minus square root of 6 squared minus 4 times a is 1, c is 2, divided by 2 times 1. Then we have negative 6 plus minus the square root of 36 minus 8 divided by 2. What will be 24. Negative 6 plus minus square root of 24. 24 plus 8. 9. 28 plus 8 is 36. Divided by 2. And that's x. And then if we simplify, then we get x is equal to negative 6 plus minus square root of 28 can we express or can we factor by 4 times 7 divided by 2 there. Then we have x is equal to, we have negative 6 plus minus square root of 4 is 2. So we have 2 square root of 7 divided by 2. Then x is equal to 6, negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3 plus minus 2 divided by 2 will be 1. Then we have square root of 7. So our x sub 1 is negative 3 plus square root of 7. Our x sub 2 is equal to negative 3 minus square root of 7. Another example, 2x squared plus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. Then we have our a is equal to 2, b is equal to 4, and c is equal to 1. The formula says we have negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Then we have 4, negative 4 plus minus 4 squared minus 4 times 2, 4a, and then times 1, divided by 2 times 2. Then we have negative 4 plus minus square root of, we have 16 minus 8 divided by 4. And then we have negative 4 plus minus square root of, that's 8 divided by 4. Simplifying, we have 8 is 4 times 2, so we have 2 square root of 2 divided by 4. And then we have negative 1 plus minus square root of 2 divided by 2. So our solution will be x is equal to negative 1 plus, that's x sub 1, square root of 2 divided by 2, and x sub 2 will be negative 1 plus a minus square root of 2 divided by 2. In my next video, because I want to stay there now, it's a little bit too long now. In my next video, then I will be giving you some examples that are a little bit more complicated. For example, that it's not that complicated. For example, this one, x plus 3 multiplied by 2x plus 1 in parentheses is equal to 9. See you around.